Hey, thank you for taking this meeting with me. Here's my pitch. So, imagine Avatar, but underwater. What's that? Son of... Okay, fine. Apparently, James Cameron is already doing what I just pitched. So, let's get right to it. Hey, my name is Oscar, and this is Hollywood Underwater. Today, we're going to talk about Avatar. Avatar 2, the sequel, which will now be arriving in theaters in December of 2022. That's right, Avatar. If you remember that small film, which made just a little over $2.7 billion worldwide, was released in 2009. That's right, 2009. It is nearly 12 years since we saw the film, and we have pretty much been expecting sequels since about a year after, in 2010, when James Cameron told us that he would be doing sequels for the film. Now, at the time, he first announced that he was just making a sequel, which we all thought was pretty cool. And then he quickly announced that he was going to make more than one sequel, and he was kind of going to make this really big, long, arcing saga, which was very exciting. But then he went into his writing hole, and we didn't hear from him forever. Now, this is James Cameron we're talking about, right? And we know he's a perfectionist, and we know he likes to get things right, and we also know that he likes to be on the cutting edge of technology. So the first thing that happened was after 2010, when he made the announcement, is he went off and wrote the scripts, but he wasn't just writing the one script for Avatar 2. He was actually writing 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so here on the Movie Phone website, they actually take an interview he did with The Daily Beast, where he does say, "My focus is on Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 equally." That's exactly how I'm approaching it. They've all been developed equally. I've just finished the script to Avatar 5. I'm now starting the process of active prep. I'll be working with the actors in the capture volume in August. So this was back in 2017, and he's basically telling us all that, look, you guys want these sequels, you want them to be good. He didn't want to write a sequel and then film it and then be locked into that storyline in case he had some changes for the overall arc of the story. So he decided that he was going to write 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then once those were done, then he would go ahead and start filming the film. So that was part of the larger chunk of why it's taken so long for the films. And you know what? Hey, if it's the story that matters when it comes to filmmaking, then that's what it takes. And I am glad that he got a story that he thinks is going to be equally as entertaining as the first Avatar. So after he got that done, then he's obviously now ready to start production. And of course, something like this is going to cost a ton of money. Of course, this is James Cameron, right? So his total films, in total, how much? Let me hold on. Hey, phone, how much has James Cameron's total films made over the years?
A whole ton of money.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So apparently it's over $6 billion that he has made in his total box office hits. So if anyone deserves some money to make this movie, it's James Cameron. So of course, he was going to need to have a big budget if he was going to do 4 more Avatar films. And well, let's see how much that would cost. Hey, phone, so how much would it cost to film 4 sequels?
A whole ton of money.
Yeah, that sounds about right too. And actually, we do have the amount here. It was announced here, 2017, that the Avatar sequels finally begin filming with reported $1 billion budget. That's right, $1 billion. Hey, but for a James Cameron film with all that technology that he uses and giving us those amazing images, that sounds about right. I mean, that's 4 films, 4 more Avatar films, but that's not all. So now he's got his scripts finished. Now he's going to start production. And then he tells us that a major part of the story is going to be underwater. So that's right, as you see here, there's a tremendous amount of water work across Avatar 2 and 3. It's going into 4 and 5, but the emphasis on 2 and 3. So not only does he announce that he's doing 4 sequels, but they are going to take place underwater, which is of course why here at Hollywood Underwater we are definitely invested in these next 4 films for Avatar.
Outstanding.
But as you can guess, for a film that he wants to get right when it came down to the scripts, he also wants to get it right when it comes to the technology. So he goes in here where he starts talking about how when they went in, there were problems, right? The problem with water is not the underwater part, but the interface between the air and the water, which forms a moving mirror. So he goes on there to say more and more about what the problem was. And so that basically caused another short delay that he needed to work out. He's always on the cutting edge of technology. This is his invention, right? Him and his team have put together the motion capture stuff for Avatar. Now they have to figure out how to do it successfully underwater. This was unforeseen, so this kind of stopped production on everything, and they had to basically kind of put their heads together and come up with something that was going to work underwater. And so down here he goes on to say, basically, whenever you add water to any problem, it just gets 10 times harder. So we've thrown a lot of horsepower, innovation, imagination, and new technology at the problem, and it's taken us about a year and a half now to work out how we're going to do it. But then, as many of you are aware, due to COVID-19, we were forced into an unexpected delay in the starting of the live action filming we are currently doing in New Zealand. So once again, Avatar the sequels got put on hold due to the pandemic. So now, of course, the film has the official release date of December of 2022 because, of course, they got to apply all of the CGI stuff to the films. I will be making another video about the actual production stuff here. Now, here's a photo of Kate Winslet doing some work. She's in the film underwater here. And she makes a quote here, states a quote here where it says that there's so much safety underwater. There are 2 safety divers on every performer. There are 2 safety divers on every underwater camera. There were so many people in that tank, I probably felt safer down there than I did on dry land. I found the whole thing incredibly calming. And so, he's a perfectionist and he does everything right. He is, master of attention to detail. And he has released several photographs, not many, and some artwork for the new movies. So I'll go ahead and do another video on Avatar 2's production with some of those stills. And I'll take you to Vulture here, where he did a quick interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And when he was pressed about details of the film, he simply said, "I can't tell you anything about the story. I believe in the mystery and the great reveal. And I believe in Avatar. And I believe in Avatar. And I know many, many fans world round believe in Avatar. And the fact that it's being done underwater is going to provide us with hopefully tons of stuff up until December of 2022 that I can bring you here." So that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching Hollywood Underwater. See you soon.